Sometimes you're just kind of challenged to hang up your fish in a better kind of way. Now this here is a plastic fish. Got him cheap at a secondhand store. I wish I had one of those great big multicolored blue and silver sailfish things with the great big fins and all that, but I can't afford one of those. But this one, like I say, I got cheap. Well, it fell off and broke a little fin here a while ago. That's too bad. And the reason it fell off is because it really don't have much of a hanger. This is the hanger, and this fish has been around, a little cracked up here and stuff. I can't afford to let it keep falling. I need to make something that'll really hang it well and also hold it level, because it tends to kind of hang facing down instead of facing out. So I think I'm going to make a little hanger that goes here, and it kind of spaces this out, and the one that won't come off. So I'm gonna have to do some fish research. I have a granddaughter who's going to college, and I think she's studying to do fish research. Or I may have a granddaughter-in-law who's gone to college already to do some kind of oceanographic stuff. You know, kids are doing amazing things these days. Back when I was a kid, all I could do was try to figure out how to keep gas in my old Ford truck. But man, kids are going off to college and traveling around the world and coming up with amazing things. I think that the best thing us old folks can do is just get out of the way. I see a lot of old folks who are threatened by young folks and by what young folks are up to. Because, I mean, let's just face it, young folks are smarter than we are. We ain't going to admit it. A lot of us ain't. I will, because I ain't proud, but a lot of people won't admit it. But young people are smarter than we are. We tend to say, oh, they don't know nothing, and they're ruining the world, and them young whippersnappers, leave it all up to them. The whole place won't be fit to live in no more. But that ain't true. Every generation says stuff like that, and it's pretty stupidly said, if you ask me. And what we ought to be doing is supporting the younger generation instead of trying to beat them down and keep them from ever accomplishing anything. That's just my thoughts. If you disagree with me, then write your disagreement out in shorthand and mail it off to Luke Palioka. He's up in, just send it to Luke Palioka in the far northern reaches of Maine. He lives at the foot of a gigantic mountain up there, and just address it to Luke Palioka, care of Maine, famous ski resort area, and I'm pretty sure they'll get it to him. And make sure to fill in every detail about your complaint, because your complaint is so important to me. All right, let's start stopping talking about that, and let's start figuring this fish hanger deal out. Okay. Oh, I think what I'll do is walk down to the, I got finned. I think I'll walk down to the, see what I got. Well, there's some stuff there that I could use. Oh yeah, I have pieces of stuff right there. See, I could use, okay. Well, I started said walk down to the back shed, but man, I got stuff. I got leftover stuff from the last time I did a project. Okay, that may not be big enough. I might want something bigger. I got pieces of this and that here. Let's see, there's a nice piece right there. Ooh, joy. Yep. Now what am I going to do with that? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But I will, because I'm smart. I'm very smart. Y'all don't believe me, just watch. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. E. Bob. Yes, sir, Bob. Yes, sir, Bob. Somebody asked me the other day if somebody brought up Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle, and I talked about Bob's your uncle before. It's something I used to say back, I think back in World War I, or maybe farther back than that. A lot of the British soldiers used to talk about Bob's your uncle. Yeah. Yeah. So, Bob's your uncle. I am not really an expert on how I think this should be done, but I think that if I put a hole right there, that's probably going to kick out and try to spin around and cut my hand off. So I need to hold on to it, sort of. This is one of those moments where having a drill press would be a good thing. I've been thinking about trying to acquire one, but I'm a little bit financially challenged at the moment. But sometimes you can find a pretty good old used one on the marketplace or something. Maybe stick this down in here and I can get both hands on it. That might work. So I'm going to take this out there and hang it on the poach. I'll be right back. Okay, so here I am. Just a guy walking around with a fish under his arm. Oh, the joy. I wish y'all could catch a fish this big. Actually, I'd like to catch a fish this big. I bet it'd be fun. Wouldn't want to hurt him none, you know, wouldn't want to hurt his feelings, just throw him back. But it'd be fun to have a chance to wrestle one into the boat or something, you know. That could be fun. Yeehaw. Yeehaw, y'all. Don't take much to entertain me. That ain't quite what I was shooting for, but we're headed in the right direction, I do believe. You can tell I haven't put a great deal of very careful analysis into this job here. I haven't actually considered all the various and sundry possibilities of what I could be doing. I'm just trying to make a quick and dirty fish holder. You don't even have to hold a real fish, just a play fish. But sometimes I recklessly abandon reality and go ahead with my projects and they come out okay. That's kind of what this is. It's an opportunity for me to see if something cool springs out of nonsense. Sometimes it does. You never know for sure. Yeah. So if I put a thing there. Oh, I didn't bring my drill. I'll have to use this one. That'll work. Let's take that out there and try it. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. So I'm not really being completely useless, you know. I got up early this morning, made a video for Xena and put it up, and then I cleaned out the bathroom shower drain, and now I'm making this fish holder. I mean, you know, that's something. It's better than absolutely nothing, which I would be doing if I wasn't doing anything, right? Are you that dull, really? That's just ridiculous. See, this is what happens when you recklessly abandon logic and reason and try to do something that don't make no sense. don't make no sense. I think I need to take that back to the garage and have a talk with it. Be more forceful about my intentions here. That ain't a bad setup, it's just not a good one. I think that screw there is about exceeded its warranty too. Plus it's hot. Alright, let's go play around with that. Oh, the joy. Maybe that what I'm creating is nothing and it winds up getting thrown away. That happens sometimes. I've done worse things. Oh, the joy. Keeps me off the street, so I don't really have a plan for today, so that's part of the reason why I am acting ridiculous and illiberal. Maybe illiberal, is that a word? I heard a politician somewhere using that, illiberal. I might be acting illiberal. I got a shelf trying to fall down here that I didn't even realize. Down here and slipped out from under the edge of it. Let's fix that. Let's go give that a try. Sometimes even if you're doing something wrong, if you do it long enough, you get it right. Did I just say that? I think I did. Is that a saying? I think it is. Can we use that in your life recommendation force book that I'm never going to write? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Sometimes, even if you're doing something wrong, if you keep at it long enough, you get it right. I think I'm okay with that. Okay, it looks like it's on there pretty good. If I wanted to get real fancy, I could take and bend that little tip there. Unless it was super easy to bend, though. I don't want to spend too much. That seems to be the theme of my work so far today. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I bet that's a character flaw on my part. Okay, Mr. Fish, now I've done my part, sort of, in a useless, reckless sort of way, to make sure that you do well in life, so I expect you to do well in life, and if you've got a problem with that, send a letter to Luke Palioka, and he could be found at Lead Sled. I think his real YouTube channel is Lead Sled, L-E-D-S-L-E-D Art, Sled Art, something like that. While you're over there, buy some new calendars. He's got some new calendars for this whole brand new year. They ain't even got here yet. See how organized he is? He's already painted up and printed up some new calendars. So y'all can get yourselves one. You can be the first one on your block to have your Lead Sled Luke Palioka 1922. No, that's 2023. 2023. You know, I never thought I was going to live this long. I thought I'd die before 2000 because all the science fiction books, used to talk about how fabulous life was going to be when we got up to 2000 and all. So I was counting up the years. I was a little boy. I was counting up the years, and I was thinking, I won't live that long. I won't live long enough to see cars fly. I still don't see a lot of flying cars, but I see a lot of other things that amaze me. They plumb amaze me. So yeah, so there's that.